everyone. I'm Nicole Boone. Welcome to Conversations with Nicole. Today, my guest is Kenneth Thompson of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He's the executive director, founder of the Gussie Wortham Foundation, founder of the Education Before Basketball program, co-founder of the Impact Without Limits initiative, and commissioner of the Southeast Division Independent Professional Women's Basketball League. Now, Kenneth calls Myrtle Beach home, but he's from Hartford, Connecticut. And this is what he says about his life. My life was struck by tragedy between the ages of 15 and 16, losing my eldest sister to domestic violence and father to senseless murders in Connecticut. From that moment on, I vowed to do everything in my God-given power to help those in need. Kenneth, I'm so glad to have you as my guest today. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So you are helping so many people in need. Tell me your story, how it all began, that you decided to take this journey of helping others through tragedy.
Well, after losing my best friend, which was my sister, my oldest sister, Gussie, a lot of things started to whirlwind in my mind. I became very angry because I felt like I didn't have anyone to talk to. But as time went on, me and my father didn't really have a good relationship. So as time went on, I started to try to repair that strained relationship. And as soon as that started, all of a sudden he was gone. So now I was back at square one as far as me feeling like, there was no one to talk to, start feeling angry. But I also thought about I had choices. A lot of people, when they're angry, they do destructive things.
That's right.
I figure if, I can use that energy to do something destructive, why not use it to do something constructive? So I chose to decide, I started mentoring when I was like 18. At 20, I became the head basketball coach at my elementary school. And we also started a mentoring program, which lasted for maybe a year or so until we got the excuse that it was costing them money, even though it wasn't, in my local neighborhood. So from there, a few years later, I decided I wanted to start a foundation. So in 2004, I formed the Gussie Wortham Foundation. 2007, we officially became a 501c3 organization. So since then, we've done quite a few initiatives as far as back to school supplies. We just did a shoe drive. We sent shoes to Africa. We just did a shoe drive in Saluda, South Carolina. We've helped various schools in the area. We've sent school supplies to Myrtle Beach High School, Ocean Bay Elementary School, and a few other schools in the area. We've also sent supplies back to Connecticut.
That's wonderful. I listened to your story and I think you are right. So many people in your position at such a young age could have become angry and taken a totally different path. What do you think made you take the good path, the path of helping others rather than being angry and maybe hurting others?
A big thing to me was watching my mother struggle, because she pretty much raised 9 of us on her own.
Wow.
So I figured if she can do those things and not give up, why not take that same mindset and not give up on things either? It's easy to take the easy way out. And I could have easily ended up in the facilities that I end up working in.
Right.
So I chose to just go the opposite way. A lot of people don't understand. It's all about choices sometimes, people like to blame their environment. I grew up in a bad environment also. I've been around drugs and you name it. I've been around those things, but I've never indulged in any of those things because I made a choice. I wasn't going to let a substance control me. Because people do it. I know it's easy for me to say because I haven't let it happen to me, but it's a choice. To me, it's a choice.
It's a choice. And for those that are benefiting from the good choices that you make, maybe making changes in especially young people's life to give them the chance that they need to see, hey, I can live a different way. I can have a good life like Mr. Kenneth, I can do better for myself. And you do that through these various foundations. And one is a love for basketball. You have a love for basketball and you mentor a lot of children in that way. Tell me more about that.
Well, I've been coaching basketball for 30 plus years now.
Yeah.
And we use basketball not just a way to teach kids fundamentals of the game, but the fundamentals of life.
Love that.
You can take simple basketball and turn it into a math equation. People have to learn the length of the floor.
That's true.
what corners of the floor not to go to, where's half court, where's 3/4 court,
Yeah.
what's full court. So you can take the littlest things in basketball and make them into something educational. I even tell kids, I take a basketball and show them the lines on the basketball. Those lines are just continuous. So your opportunities are continuous, just
Ah,
like the lines on a basketball.
gosh, that's so good, Kenneth. The things that you're saying now, I never even thought about. You could learn lessons through basketball like that. Of course, teamwork, but what an awesome testimony to what you're doing there as well. And you have many events coming up, I'm sure, in the coming months too, because you're constantly doing something. And I love how your foundations, the programs that you're involved in, they're far reaching, which is very cool.
Right. Especially with our Impact Without Limits initiative, we have people as far as the Midwest that are ambassadors. Matter of fact, as far as Germany, that
Wow.
are ambassadors that are a part of the Impact Without Limits. And it was the brainchild of Dana Scott, my better half. She came up with the Impact Without Limits idea, what the initiative would be about, and how we should go about finding ambassadors. So,
And tell me about Impact Without Limits for our viewers listening.
well, it's exactly what it says.
What it says.
Impact Without Limits. You should never say you can't do something somewhere else. We have so many people that are quick to do all these things for other countries. What about within your country?
Right.
We have a lot of people that's homeless here. We have a lot of people that are starving here. We have a lot of kids that go without. Why can't we help the kids here? And why are we limited to the area that we live in? Like we don't worry about just South Carolina. If somebody in another part of the country needs something, we'll ship it to them.
I love that. I love that. It's so true. And your programs, your foundations, they are far reaching and they are making a difference. Any particular story about any children or people you've come along that have come along during this time that really made a difference to you and you were thankful, you were thinking, gosh, I'm so glad we were able to hear from that person or help that person?
Well, we have a project that we have been working on for the last 2 years, going back and forth to Saluda, which, as you know, is about 3.5 hours from Myrtle Beach.
Yes.
So we've been driving back and forth there for the last 2 years to help clean out an old school that they're trying to renovate. So in us doing that, we started to bond a relationship with Mr. James Holloway. He's the guy who owns the actual property.
Okay.
But now it's coming to the point where he's having a hard time with the property. So he wants to see if our foundation would get involved, help possibly take over that property.
Wow.
So by us doing the things we're doing without asking, that kind of had a founding effect on him, as far as someone that he doesn't even really know, helping him with his dream.
That's wonderful. It really is all about people helping people, being willing to open your heart, have an open mind, all with the common goal of wanting to make our world a better place to live. So would you agree with that?
Yes, I definitely agree with that. And a lot of people always looking for the accolades because of them helping someone. All I usually do, or we usually do pretty much, is ask people, send us a T-shirt of your program, or just say thank you on social media.
Right.
And sometimes that seems like it's a struggle. It's a hard thing for people to do. I don't know why, but it just seems like it is.
That's interesting. You would think that would be so easy to do.
Right. They put everything else on social media, so why not thank you?
Isn't that the truth? Well, I am thankful that we can share your story with all of the folks that follow me on my social media platforms. We will have all the information of all of the things that you're involved in, the websites, how they can reach you, how they can get involved, in hopes of helping you help others as well. So anything you want to close with that's important to you about what you do and the people that are around you that help you?
Well, I could say for sure that my support system is great. A lot of things that we do out of pocket.
Yeah.
So we're always constantly looking for people to help donate. That's all we're asking. Help donate. We don't care. Doesn't have to be big. Doesn't have to be small. Whatever they can do. It could be their time. Could be $5 here, $10 here. It doesn't matter. Whatever they donate is going to go back into the community. So
And
we just ask for people to help us as much as possible.
And when you when you do good in your own community, that's what you get back. You really don't have the right, sort of, in my opinion, to complain about what's going on in your community if you're not really willing to do something about it, even if it's just helping a nonprofit or being kind when you're out. I think every day when we're out and about doing our chores, going to the grocery store, whatever, how you treat others when you are out is a reflection on what you'll get back from your community. And we don't know where people are in their walks in life, what they're facing.
Exactly.
But we could make the difference by being kind, saying hello, saying have a great day. And then you just keep taking that to the next level, and it makes a difference. And that's what you are doing in your organizations and foundations. So hats off to you, my new friend.
Thank you.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for being my guest today. Again, folks, all the information about Kenneth Thompson and the organizations and foundations he has founded will be available in today's description. Kenneth, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. And that's going to do it for this edition of Conversations with Nicole. Until we see you again, we hope you have a great day.